Ever heard of the Bermuda Triangle? It's this mysterious patch of ocean between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, also known as the Devil's Triangle. For decades, it's been blamed for swallowing ships and planes whole, leaving behind nothing but questions. Are we talking about aliens, time warps, or something else entirely? Today, we're diving deep into the most chilling cases and separating fact from fiction. Let's start with the one that kicked off the legend, Flight 19. On December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy Avenger torpedo bombers took off from Florida for a routine training mission. They were experienced pilots. A simple flight plan, what could go wrong? But a couple of hours into the flight, the leader radioed in, completely disoriented. He said his compasses were out, and he couldn't tell which way was west. The last chilling transmission heard was the pilots discussing their dwindling fuel. They were lost. All 5 planes and the 14 men aboard vanished. Even crazier, a rescue plane sent to find them, a PBM Mariner with a 13-man crew, also disappeared that same night. It literally vanished from radar. No wreckage, no bodies, nothing. Just gone. Now, let's rewind a bit to 1918. During World War I, the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship over 540 feet long, was sailing from Brazil to Baltimore with more than 300 people on board. This wasn't some little fishing boat. It was a giant of the sea. It made a stop in Barbados and then set off for the final leg of its journey. And then, silence. It never arrived. No SOS, no distress calls. Not even a single piece of wreckage was ever found. One of the largest losses of life in U.S. naval history outside of combat, and it happened without a trace. It's as if the ocean just opened up and swallowed it. Fast forward to 1955, and we get one of the weirdest ghost ship stories ever, the MV Joyita. This merchant vessel was found drifting in the South Pacific, far from the Bermuda Triangle. But its story captures the same eerie mystery. The ship was listing heavily, partially submerged, but still afloat. When rescuers boarded, they found nobody. All 25 passengers and crew were gone. The ship's logbook, sextant, and chronometer were missing, along with the firearms from the captain's locker. Even weirder, there were used medical supplies and bloody bandages on the deck, suggesting someone was injured. But there was no sign of a struggle, and the life rafts were gone. What happened to the people? Did they abandon ship? Why? The Joyita itself was deemed unsinkable, so finding it empty was a complete shock. The mystery wasn't just at sea. It was in the air, too. In 1948 and 1949, 2 nearly identical passenger planes, the Star Tiger and the Star Ariel, vanished in the same area. Both were operated by British South American Airways. The Star Tiger disappeared in January 1948 on its approach to Bermuda. The last message was completely routine. The weather was bad, but not catastrophic. Then, poof, gone. A year later, the Star Ariel vanished between Bermuda and Jamaica in perfect weather. The pilot's last report was cheerful, stating, "I am over the south coast of Jamaica. ... Everything is okay." After that, radio silence. Extensive searches for both planes turned up absolutely nothing. 2 state-of-the-art aircraft gone in the same region under different weather conditions. The official investigation report for the Star Tiger concluded that what happened in this case will never be known. Then there's the SS Marine Sulphur Queen. In 1963, this massive 524-foot tanker was carrying a strange and dangerous cargo, 15,000 tons of molten sulfur, kept at a blistering 275 degrees Fahrenheit. It left Texas bound for Virginia with 39 crew members. It was last heard from on February 4th, and after that, it simply ceased to exist. Days later, search parties found a single life preserver, a shirt, and a few small pieces of wreckage. That was it. Experts believe the ship could have exploded due to its volatile cargo, or perhaps it simply split in two and sank instantly in rough seas. But with so little evidence, no one can say for sure what caused this giant industrial vessel to disappear so completely. Over the years, countless other smaller boats, private yachts, and light aircraft have also been reported missing in the Bermuda Triangle. Each story adds another layer to the myth. But while tales of supernatural forces, alien abductions, and portals to other dimensions are exciting, are they realistic? The answer, according to scientists and experts, is probably not. So, if it's not aliens, what is it? Let's look at the logical explanations. First up, the weather. This region is smack dab in the middle of Hurricane Alley. The storms that form here are some of the most powerful on Earth. They can appear suddenly and create monstrous waves and violent winds that can tear a ship or plane apart in minutes. On top of that, you have the Gulf Stream, which is essentially a powerful river within the ocean. It flows at a brisk pace and can quickly carry wreckage hundreds of miles away from a crash site, making it nearly impossible to find. Then there's the phenomenon of rogue waves. These aren't your typical big waves from a storm. A rogue wave is a single, colossal wall of water that can be over 100 feet high, appearing out of nowhere, even in calm seas. Scientists used to think they were just myths, but satellite data has proven they're real. A wave like that could easily flip a massive ship like the USS Cyclops or the Marine Sulphur Queen over before anyone even had time to send a distress call. The ship would sink in seconds, taking everything and everyone with it. Another fascinating, though more debated, theory involves methane gas. The seafloor in this area contains vast, frozen deposits of methane hydrate. The theory goes that if this undersea gas pocket were to suddenly rupture, it would release a massive plume of bubbles. This would instantly lower the density of the water above it. A ship sailing over this spot would lose all buoyancy and sink like a stone. While it's a plausible scientific theory, there's no direct evidence linking a specific disappearance to a methane eruption. And we can't forget the magnetic anomalies. The Bermuda Triangle is one of the few places on Earth where true north and magnetic north align. This can sometimes cause compasses to give strange readings. While a modern GPS-equipped vessel wouldn't be fooled, back in the 1940s, like with Flight 19, a malfunctioning compass in bad weather could easily lead a pilot disastrously off course. However, these magnetic variations are well documented and are usually not traumatic enough to explain all the incidents. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, there's human error. This is often the least exciting explanation, but it's frequently the most likely. Pilots and captains can make mistakes. They might misread their instruments, make a bad decision in a storm, or simply become disoriented. Then there's mechanical failure. An engine could die, a wing could shear off, or a critical system could fail. For many of the lost vessels, especially older ones, we have no idea what condition they were in. The SS Marine Sulphur Queen, for example, had a history of fires and was known to have a weak back, making it susceptible to splitting in two. The leader of Flight 19 had a history of getting lost during flights. When you combine these human and mechanical factors with the treacherous natural conditions of the Bermuda Triangle, you have a recipe for disaster. So, what's the final verdict on the Devil's Triangle? The expert consensus is that there's no single spooky explanation. The Bermuda Triangle is a busy, often dangerous, stretch of ocean. The vast majority of incidents can be chalked up to a perfect storm of bad weather, powerful ocean currents, occasional rogue waves, and of course, human or mechanical failures. The mystery isn't that vessels disappear. It's that in such a deep and vast ocean, we can't always find the evidence to know for sure what happened. The legend of the Bermuda Triangle is a powerful one, but it seems the truth is less about paranormal phenomena and more about the awesome and unforgiving power of nature. What do you think is the most likely cause? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you enjoyed unraveling this mystery with me, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest enigmas. Thanks for watching.